Welcome to another episode of Chalk Talk. I'm Greg Morecraft, along with my host, Kurt Sweetser.
That's right, Kurt Sweetser. Come on, Greg, you gotta get it right, buddy.
Okay, Zoolander Sweetser.
That's
I'm
not
sorry.
Nice. All right. What? We got a great show.
Yes, we do.
Another good show.
You're supposed to make the announcement for Casino
Let's
Night.
do it. I got Casino Night. So, hey, what we got, September 26, 2003, this year, Yorba Linda Pop Warner and Cheer is putting on the Casino Night. It is at from 8 to 11 p.m. It's at the Yorba Linda Community Center in the Yorba Room. It's great opportunity for everybody to get together. You can invite your friends, your family, all kinds of fun folks to come and enjoy this. One thing I forgot to mention last time, actually a couple things. One is there's no children allowed, but that's okay. Find a babysitter. Let's employ all of our friends and neighbors, young adults. And also, if you want more details and you want to get tickets and buy tickets immediately right now, just talk to your cheer mom, the cheer manager, or you can call the hotline. The hotline number is 777-4624. Again, that's 714-777-4624. It's a measly $40. 5 of that 40 goes back to the team, and it's great so that the team can enjoy a nice event at the end of the year, and we'll have a great time and a lot of fun.
Started your Casino Night a little early, did you?
Yeah, that's right, I did.
All right.
Yes.
The schedules are now out. Check OEC's website at www.popwarner-oec.com. Again,
Yeah, do that again.
www.popwarner-oec.com. We got an exciting show today.
Great show.
We finally have some hitting going on, right? Big hits?
Thank goodness. Big hits, it's time. We've got a few minutes of some highlights to show you guys. You're going to love them. It's time. And then after that, in the next couple of shows, you're going to see games. Can't wait. And we're having a lot of fun out here.
Before we announce our first guest, I have to again remind the audience of our newly developed contest.
Oh, please do that. That's right.
Yes,
Don't forget.
It is win a hat.
That's right.
Now, how do you win this hat?
How do you do
by counting the correct number of adjectives, big hits, fantastic,
Great,
Sweetser, good times,
phenomenal, unbelievable, all those kinds of good things.
all those,
right.
whatever it is, you count them and you email me at gmorecraft, msn.com with the right number,
Right.
and this hat will be yours.
And remember, don't look for any rules and anything like that. We're just, quite frankly, we're going to pick a name out of the hat. And Greg's, you've probably gotten how many, like a couple hundred emails already. And we don't know what to do with all the emails, so we're figuring it out.
I happen to have one email here that someone sent in to me. It's from Bill of Yorba Linda. It says, "Dear Greg and Kurt, you guys are absolutely fantastic.
Right.
The big hit scenes is just absolutely wonderful.
Phenomenal.
It's phenomenal.
Right.
And also, I hope your show's a big hit."
Of course. Thanks, Bill.
Thanks, Bill, for fitting that in.
That was
Appreciate
nice.
it.
Yeah.
We're good times.
So next week we'll tell you, on our next show, we'll tell you who the winner is of the first and second hat. Right?
Absolutely.
Okay, because we're going to give you the total number count. Greg's having a lot of problems with his math, so we got to work on his math. So, talking about math, who's our first guest?
It's Ryan Cooper.
Huh?
Ryan Cooper. He is a 10-year-old junior Pee Wee Raven football player who happens to be a Little Scholar recipient. Ryan, welcome aboard.
Welcome, Ryan.
Hi.
Glad you're here.
Yeah. Ryan, tell us about that Little Scholar program.
Well, basically, you need to keep up your grades between an A or B average, and there's a lot of studying.
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've heard that you do a lot of studying. Your mom's really on the ball. You get home from practice, right? And she makes you open up the books before you eat your food, right?
Or maybe eat the food, then you get to do the books. Regardless, you got a lot of things to do, right?
Yeah.
I heard your dad's a real stickler on that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a correspondence school graduate, right? Yeah, I think so. So he really
That's
knows
not
his
very
education.
Nice. Bill's going to get you for
Yes,
that.
his dad's on our show next segment. So you also play football. How long have you been playing football?
This is my 4th year.
You having fun?
Uh-huh.
What do you enjoy about it?
I like hitting. That's the fun part.
You like the hitting part?
Big hits. Oh.
Big hits. So you know what? You and I, we got something going. You're right. Big hits. That's the most important thing about the game.
Ryan's been on our son's team for the past 4 years, so we've watched this kid grow up.
Had a
Just
lot
like
of fun.
Seth Blackmore, he was here a show earlier, and he brought in his first-year pitcher. Unfortunately, we don't have yours right now, but I'm sure years from the road, when you're starring at USC, you'll come back on our show.
That's right.
And you'll be what's it called, a scholar athlete?
Yeah, he'll be a scholar athlete. Yeah, that's right.
Road scholar, probably.
Road scholar. You get your. You won't have to get it just specifically from your talent in football. You're going to get your talent from all the studying you've been doing as being a little scholar.
Okay.
So what's it like
Good.
to be a star athlete and a star student?
Difficult sometimes.
Yeah.
In what way?
The studying and keeping up your grade.
So So in that Little Scholar program, what do you do? What do you have to submit to the organization or to Pop Warner? What do you have to do? You have to give them something? You have to take a test? What do you do to get to be a Little Scholar?
You basically have to keep a grade of an A or B average.
Right.
And
You have to write an essay or something like that, right?
oh, yeah, you do. Actually.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got to keep good grades, and then you have to write an essay. How long's the essay?
It's a certain amount of words. I'm not really sure though.
Maybe
Forgot.
1,000 or something like that, right? But it's got to be pretty succinct and short and to the point.
Yeah.
Do you remember which?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Of course, yeah.
Is it handwritten or is it on a computer?
That's right.
I don't think it really matters.
It doesn't matter. Okay.
I don't think it does. Yeah.
Okay, good.
What was it about last year? Sorry about that.
That's quite all right.
I think it was why you should be a Little Scholar.
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
That's good. Right on. That's fantastic. Oops, I said it.
Hey, fantastic.
That's right.
Oh, good times.
Number one. So start counting.
Okay. So, what's your favorite position?
Wide receiver.
Wide receiver.
Yeah.
And what about on defense? What do you play?
Middle linebacker.
And what else? I hear you play everything. You play everything from nose guard to free safety, right? Depending on what the coach has you do, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember in the years, one day you're a lineman, the next day you're a running back, and the next day you're a receiver, and
Utility
so,
player.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's important. That's good to have as a coach.
Well, they put smart guys at that position as well.
That's a great segue. I was going to say, smart guys got to go to that
I beat
position.
you to the punch finally.
Thank goodness. Yeah, right. What's your favorite subject in as a Little Scholar?
Science.
Science. Okay.
Oh, that's my favorite subject. All right.
Good.
That's awesome. What's your favorite subject? PE?
Big hits.
Big hits PE.
Yeah,
All right.
PE,
all
of
right.
course. Yeah, no. I love math. That's my favorite. Good.
What other sports do you play, Ryan?
Baseball, basketball, and I think baseball and basketball.
Oh, good.
Well, Ryan, anything you want to tell any of your friends out there? You know, an opportunity to be on the show. Anything you want to tell us or tell them? Say hi to your friends.
Do you have any?
We're catching you off guard, aren't we?
Yeah. See, Ryan was a surprise guest for us. Melissa Pincheny was supposed to be here, but Ryan, we called his agent. You got him in here.
That's right.
Then we'll drop him off. Oh, we're so glad you were able to make it, though. We appreciate it.
That's right.
So, again, thanks for showing up. Anything else you need to say to this young man?
I think that's it, Ryan. I really appreciate you being here, and appreciate you being good friends with both of our boys, and all your effort and your hard work that goes into being a Little Scholar. You do a fantastic job, and just keep up the good work.
He said fantastic again, Ryan.
It's two. Yeah.
So, okay. Thanks for coming, Ryan. We appreciate it. We're going to go off to
Thanks,
break.
buddy.
When we come back, we'll be back with the team manager for the Junior Pee Wee Ravens, Bill Cooper, and we'll see you in just a little bit.
Thank you.
This is a story of a place known as the Hidden City. The Hidden City is the oldest and largest city on Earth. And it's filled with the most magical animals in the world. Where is the Hidden City? The Hidden City is also known as the Living Reef because it supports a greater diversity of life than any other place on Earth. Unfortunately, pollution and overfishing are destroying the world's coral reefs. 25% of the living reef has already perished, and the remaining 75% could disappear within a generation. Which won't just affect the clownfish, the grouper, or the eel. It'll affect us all. The living reef protects our coastlines. It supports a quarter of all marine life. The living reef is a source for medicine and may even provide cures for some of life's most threatening diseases. The living reef may be hidden, but the message is clear. Protect the living reef, and we protect the ocean. Protect the ocean, and we protect ourselves.
Kurt will start it off.
Hey, Hey, welcome back to Chalk Talk. For myself, Kurt Sweetser, and our producer, Greg Morecraft. Had a great first half of the show. We had a little scholar on, had a good time talking with him. And now we've got an opportunity to talk with Bill Cooper. And Bill, you are the manager, the team manager, business manager for the Junior Pee Wee Ravens. And our kids are on their team, and your son's on the team. Welcome to the show. Glad you're here.
Thanks. It's great to be here, and I just want to take my hat off to both of you. I think what you're doing here is just outstanding and fantastic, to borrow a couple of buzzwords from you.
We appreciate it.
You know, I think there's a real buzz about what you guys are doing in the community, being at Starbucks, Dairy Queen, some of the,
The paparazzi is just phenomenal.
It's unbelievable.
All over the
And
place,
for our viewers, this is real grass, I may add. It looks like it's freshly cut, the set, authentic helmet and everything.
Hector does a great job on preparing the set. Hector,
Right.
we appreciate it.
We're well taken care of here in
Yeah.
Philadelphia.
Yes,
Absolutely.
That's top dollar here.
But it's great to be here. I appreciate you guys having
Glad
me
you're
on.
here.
So Bill, let's get to it. How was it in that Turkish prison?
Well, that's where I really got my inspiration to be a team manager.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of lonely nights, and you just want to give back and contribute. And I really found this as a way that I could contribute and give back.
So what is a team manager?
Yeah,
Sorry to
yeah,
interrupt
that was
you.
pretty
but
good.
I owe you a lot of interruptions. But anyway,
Yeah, team manager.
What does a team manager do?
Well, really, Greg, the technical term is business manager, but we'll let that slide for our viewers. But
Okay.
it's really one of the, I think, the most underestimated positions on the team in terms of its importance, and there's really a lot of mystery about what that position is and what the function is. So I got into it about 4 years ago, and really the easiest way to get people involved in that, from what I heard from Ted Hoyt, who first got me in, is find somebody who's never done it and ask them and tell them what a great position it is. Well,
Right.
It's an interesting position, but it really is important in terms of making sure that the kids are certified. That's really the first and foremost thing, or the
Well,
kids
what is certified?
What's that mean? But by the way,
Certification.
before you get too deep, this is a 30-minute talk show, so
Yes.
yeah, don't get
You
too
want
crazy.
some
I
more water?
thought-
You want more water?
No, I thought I was going to be on for an hour. That's what the guy in the back told me. What?
Just kidding.
What is? What? You
kind
have
of
me
operation
on.
you
I
running
take
here,
I
huh?
take time out of my day.
going on?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Bill. Go ahead.
Certification.
Start your own show.
Yeah.
Go on.
Certification is really the process by which you would make a player eligible to participate in Pop Warner, and that would include making the weight, having the grades, and then making sure that the contract is complete and filled out. All of those documents go into a book. We call it really the book, and our team mom, Wendy Long, just does an absolute fantastic job. Really makes my job as the business manager real easy, because I've got that book. It's organized. I take that book to every game. We use it during the certification process. So
So they're checking to make sure everybody's in the right places, got the right numbers on.
That's
They're not trying
correct.
we're not trying to slip in a 12-year-old into a program that where he shouldn't be.
that's correct. And
Okay.
during the actual certification process, each young man or young lady will step onto the scale, and I will have the opposing team's book. I'll open it up. I'll look at the picture, make sure that the picture's accurate, and then we'll make sure that they make the weight and that they have the necessary equipment, athletic supporter, mouthpiece. The cleats have. Did you find that funny?
Just
Is that funny?
No, well, it's a funny story.
Circus funny?
Circus funny?
Funny. What's funny
like
about
a clown?
that? Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, no, I was going to throw in there. What was the most funniest thing that's happened when you're checking other team members in? Throw
gosh,
the one in there,
Kurt. Yeah.
What was that team? Maybe you shouldn't tell the city, but just what was that one opportunity
gosh,
where?
Kurt, there's been some real interesting things. I mean, in the heat of competition, to get kids certified to be able to play.
Is this a long story?
No, I thought I was here for an hour, and then
I thought we
in the-
explained it to you.
We're running out of time.
Okay, well, I guess this isn't
get
the
this going.
forum.
Tell us that story.
Anyway, we had a team from each, or a young man from each team that was a half pound off a weight. They put our young man up on the scale, and the OEC official said, "No, I'm sorry, you're not eligible today." He got off the scale.
He wasn't heavy enough, right?
Wasn't heavy enough.
Right,
He was
okay.
a half pound under.
Right.
Thanks, Kurt. And out of the corner of my eye, I saw two moms around, the other young man from the opposing team, and it looked like they were putting things into his pants, in the back of his pants. Now, I had not had, training, and we had not covered this through my 2-day training course that I went through, and then had to be certified, and documentation, fingerprinting, etc. But I noticed, as I turned, the woman had a glaze all over her fingers, and there were donuts, pieces that were coming out, and I went up to the league official and I said, I think they're stuffing glazed donuts in that young man's pants.
True story?
True story. Yeah, straight up. True
hilarious.
story.
I'm relieved. I'm glad that glazed thing on her hand was from the donuts. I'll tell you that.
Honestly,
This is a family show.
True. Oh, I can see that here, but true story. And the actual league official, the OEC official, went up, asked the young man to pull his drawers down, and out popped 2 glazed donuts.
Half dozen glazed donuts. Oh, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, it was
You're
really.
supposed to eat them to gain weight, right?
Yeah, I'll tell you. I mean,
Guess they didn't have time, huh?
Well, yeah, I didn't have time, and they stuffed them in there, and yeah, it's an interesting position. I mean, when you're out in the field, I'm over on their sideline, so there's obviously some interesting dynamics that
Colorful, I bet.
Yeah, very colorful. There's been a couple situations where the coach, as I'm giving the coach information about players that they need to play, that's another main responsibility and function of my job,
Right.
is to make sure they know that the kids are playing their minimum amount of plays, and there's a little razzing that goes on, but it's all in the fun of competition.
Yeah.
Nothing close to fisticuffs, huh?
No, we have not come to fisticuffs yet. Hey, I got a question for you two guys.
Oh, boy.
Who is the host?
Oh, boy.
Is it?
Technically,
is
it's
this
me.
Okay.
But based on the first 2 shows,
Right. Well, maybe the third show, too, Greg. We'll have to take a look. But,
yeah, we will take a look at it.
yeah.
I'll time it, and if not, I'll have Hector cut it out.
Okay, great.
Well, that's not very nice. Come on.
No, Kurt.
That's good that you clarified that, though, Bill.
No, I think it's important at
He's
this
the
point
guy.
with a young show starting to get its legs under it, buzz in the community. I think as you establish yourselves, big hits, and I hear the word for you around town is ice, because you're pretty calm on the set.
Yes.
And I think you bring a great blend and a great diversity to this program, by
Well,
the
thank
way.
you very much. I noticed you have a little chalkboard there for us. So what's that about?
Yeah, well, I know you're...
Even though this is our show, but let's see what you got.
What'd you bring on? You got
Well, I
some?
brought you a little gift, I guess, guys, and I don't know if you've gotten many gifts or if it was appropriate,
Yeah.
but I felt compelled to do it. Obviously, you're just getting going, and as I look around the studio and see the equipment, I think you need to tell the straighter. I think where
That'd
I've
be
seen the
great.
vision about where the program's going and the things that you guys want to do with a
You
lot
got us a
of...
real telestrator, Bill?
Well-
That must have set you back
I'll
several
tell you.
$100,000.
Well, there's a buzz in the community, and
You just took up a collection,
I
didn't
took
you?
a collection, and what I have to get you guys going is your own
Oh, this is our
telestrator
telestrator, right.
here.
Oh.
So I think if they can see that, okay.
I think they can see it pretty good, sure.
I've got your names on here, Ice and Big Hits, and we got this.
Right.
We got the Chalk Talk logo up here, much like we do on this. This is an authentic helmet, by the way. Everything here is authentic.
Nothing but the best for Yorba Linda football.
So I hope that as you guys get going, you're going to find this useful. And I guess kind of the way I see it playing out is, we've got Big Hits here, we got Ice over here, Guest is over here, we've got information being fed into these guys from over here, from in the back room over there. Questions are coming this way, answers back here, cutting each other off in here to stop the flow. Ice takes it back here, and you know what? The output is just a great show.
I like it.
I like it.
We're going to
You
have to use
guys-
that.
That's what I'm talking about. You guys, this is it, man.
Hey, I appreciate
like the
the
big hits.
enthusiasm.
Yeah,
I have one
I
question
tell you.
for you.
Yes.
Did you over-medicate this morning?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay, good.
Maybe
No,
it's under.
Yes.
Yeah, that might be the
Are
issue.
most of your guests a little bit more subdued, or? I'm just pleased to be here and, talk about.
I'm glad you're here.
Did you
I'm
guys
really
want to
glad
talk more about the
I want to
business
talk more
manager role?
about the business manager role.
We want to
Yeah.
know. No, actually, we want to know more about Bill, the person.
No, I'll come on a later show and discuss that. But I think for the viewers and
Sure,
for,
who are really-
for our 5 viewers watching.
I know all the. Yeah, you're right. The 5 viewers plus your wife are videotaping this to know what they want to know what a business manager does,
Yeah.
and I think you clarified that.
Well, you got the certification out of the way.
Right, we talked
About being on the other sideline.
right.
What are some of
right.
the other key points?
Well, some of the other key points are just actually to make sure that as the year progresses, that the kids understand what their weight restrictions are every week. The kids are allowed to add 1 pound per week at the beginning, from the start. And just to
Or in
make
some
sure,
cases, 2 donuts per week, right?
2 donuts per week, yeah, primarily should be oral.
Right, versus
ingested,
the
yeah,
pants
versus
stuffing
in the
problem, yeah.
pants, yeah, that doesn't go over too big.
Right.
And then, another big function too is to make sure that the end of the game reporting, all the paperwork is filled out the right way, because then that all gets sent into the OEC league office, and that's really what they,
They require it at a certain time, correct?
that's
We
correct.
get penalized.
And I found out early in my business manager career, I think it was my first year, that I had the paperwork, and I actually had gone off to an afternoon summer party and was, fully engulfed in the party and having a terrific time. And it was my cell phone.
Good times.
Good times.
Karina Cook had called me. She's mother of a young man on the team, and told me that if I didn't have the paperwork to the league office by 8 o'clock, that, our game we would have had to forfeit. So obviously that really blew my afternoon, and I made a beeline to get that paperwork in and did. So I appreciate Karina,
Yeah, that was nice
that call that day. So I
bet.
learned that responsibility.
And it didn't cost much for that DUI to get off your record either. I think,
No.
Right? I understand.
I'm sure there's a PSA about that somewhere around here, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Hey, Jinx.
One more time.
Time out.
Time out.
Time out. Bill, will you stick around? We're going to go to some of the filming Kurt and I did, mainly me because he was out of town.
Yeah, hang here with us, will
But
you?
we're going to show some big hits.
That'd be great.
Going on, and
It's time.
It's time.
Big hits,
for
baby.
Big hits.
Telestrator, it's time.
Yeah, it's time for the telestrator. Absolutely.
Hector, anytime you're ready,
Roll that
and,
film, and Bill, look up to the monitor up here. We're going to see some
do it.
big hits.
Oh,
This
there
is
we
time.
are.
Here we go.
Here I am at Esperanza High School filming the Pee Wee, John Davis' team, the Pee Wee Titans.
Right. So this is just a normal practice inter-squad scrimmage right here, right?
Right.
Good. Great throw by the
Pass.
quarterback, getting rid of the
Yeah.
ball. And did he
Got
catch it?
Good.
And he caught it. Wow, fantastic.
Rich and Robin, good friends of ours. They're boys on that team. They really enjoy the
losses, right.
coach. And this is the Mighty Mite Mighty Mite Cowboys, coached by Frank Manriquez.
So again, another place we got an opportunity to go participate in practice at Esperanza Field.
That's the
great
Pee Wee.
local high school.
That's the junior Pee Wee, or actually the junior midget Titans and the Pee Wee Huskies right there. Now the Huskies are coached by Marty Dunn, and they were panning over to the Mighty Mite Cowboys. Frank Manriquez has done a good job with those. He's still at that level. Done a really good job with those little guys.
Now, we just started hitting
Right.
last week on Thursday. That was
Correct.
the official day that the league sanctions the hitting to begin. So we've had some really, some nice big hits and some popping going on. Some real pop, pop, pop.
Some good times.
We got unbelievable popping.
Some good
Big
times.
time, like you can't believe, almost like you'd see on Batman. Pow, bam, those kind of things going on. Those cartoons. Wow, that's a big hit. So we'll see some here coming up, I'm sure. But it's great. It's really good about being able to just be at these fields. And again, the kids, when you talk about that happening last Thursday, what happens there is on you have to have full contact for about 5 days, right, Greg?
5 days of conditioning without pads, 5 days with pads, and then you can start contact. So on the 11th day of practice.
So this was it. This is the 11th day out here
Right.
where we're actually making full
I think the
contact.
coaches have done a good job of bringing the kids along in the hitting and teaching some of the fundamentals, the proper tackling techniques, the hitting techniques. So, try to minimize the injuries. 'Cause
Absolutely.
one of the things you don't want is just to throw the kids out there without the training and the technique.
Right.
I think is so important.
Yeah.
Yep, most coaches teach the kids to look at their person they're tackling, not to tackle with their head, make contact with the shoulder, and that's very important.
Hey, it looks like we moved back to El Dorado High School, and this is back with it looks like the Mighty Mite Steelers again, and they're doing some of the drills with their full pads on. There's some of the families. Howdy, everybody. Good to see you guys. Everybody's waving and saying howdy. Good. It's great.
And this is the junior Pee Wee Saints performing some conditioning drills.
Greg, maybe you could just talk a minute about the conditioning, how important that is, and the stretching at the beginning.
Bam! Look at that hit.
That's a great. That's a great question.
Sorry about that,
Bill,
Greg. I just saw
and-
something. Got me a little excited.
And big hits. Be quiet. But that's a great question, and I don't have time to get involved with that.
Watch this,
but
here we go.
It's very important.
Ooh, ding dong
Prevent
do. He's holding on to his
injuries.
leg right there. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. That's a big one. There you
That's
go.
what I'm
Taking
talking
people on right there. That's what's going to happen.
Get
a lot
the
of this
stretcher
going
out on that one.
Now here's something interesting. This is what we do at some of the lower levels to make sure that the guys are understanding that they're using their shoulders when they're making contact. And Greg, I think you were going into that, and I may have cut you off again.
Yes.
But of course. But that's how they start contact. You don't want to hit directly with your helmet and hurt your neck. You want to hit with your helmet and your shoulder pads, primarily your shoulder pads.
Absolutely.
Right. Here we go. Watch this. Here comes a big one.
This is the junior Pee Wee Ravens. There's Coach Bob Amuel and Coach Duran.
I think this is a 2-on-1 drill where the defensive player's got to shed the offensive block and then tackle the running back.
And there's Dan Meyer's team.
It's good stuff.
Some good camera work right there. That is some
Thank you.
outstanding camera work
Thank
there.
you.
There you have it. It's good stuff. And that's a great drill too.
Yeah, it is. It's,
running, you're taking on people.
Good stuff. There's the Saints, and we're back. And that was some exciting footage, wasn't
I'm telling you, wait till you see some of the plays. You're going to see game scrimmages.
Oh, you guys, I
What
just
do you
couldn't.
think?
I
What do
couldn't.
you think, Bill?
I couldn't resist.
There he is. Woo! That's what I'm talking about, Bill.
Yeah, you know what? These cages are perfect. Good view.
You can see everything?
Good view, good hearing, good protection.
There you go.
Feels good.
I like
This is,
Can you get it off now?
you know what?
There you go. Yeah, can you leave that here for us?
Leave it like, yeah, great.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is a real helmet, man. That is great.
Yes, it is, and it goes the other way.
Yeah. So when does the actual season going to kick off for you guys in terms of looking at the films and talking about those?
Well, first scrimmage happened on
It was last week.
this last week.
Against
Canyon, and you know what? Thank you very much to Canyon High School, Canyon
Yeah, they
Hills,
hosted it.
the entire organization over there. They're our sister city, and they're our neighbors over here, and they did a great job of just hosting a good couple of games for everybody.
That's great.
It was a good time. Do you? One last thing I want to say, talk about commitment. I want to just throw out there. I know it's
No,
been
we got
kind of-
about 3 minutes.
We
We're
do?
okay,
We got time?
yeah,
Good.
3
All right, well, I want to talk a little about, it is a big commitment. We've been having a lot of fun talking about business manager, but
Right.
the families out there, the adults out there, it is a big commitment. You're out there, you really don't get a good shot all the time of what's going on in the game. You got to focus on what's happening. See, they're making fun of me all the time here. I'm always talking too much.
Well,
But
I'm trying to focus on the question, but did you have a question?
Oh, it's my show. It says producer. But no, I'm just teasing.
Yeah, no,
That's
seriously.
a very good question.
you don't get an opportunity to always watch Ryan, your son, out there having a good time, and you're focused on how many plays these guys got and making sure everybody's doing everything right. So commitment, huh?
Yeah, it really is tough to watch the game. You think, you're out on the field there, obviously, with a great vantage point, but you've got 11 players out there. You're trying to mark down every player, what play they've played. You got players shuffling in and out.
Yep.
Each play's going off about every, 30, 35 seconds.
Right.
So you really, if you miss a few players, it sets you back. You're one play behind. You're
Yep.
talking. I have a spotter from their side
Just
that
going to
helps
say,
me.
throw out the spotters. Yeah, you
What's a
need
spotter?
spotter.
Well, a spotter is, for myself, I will have a spotter from the other team just to help me look at make sure that we have all their individuals counted for on the team at one time, and
Right.
vice versa. We'll provide a spotter to those folks too. So, got to have some good chemistry that takes place there, and so that we're making sure we're capturing all the.
Tell you, a good thing that you know the game, and another advantage is that you come back at halftime and you tell us a little bit about, hey, here's the number of plays these guys need, this is the number of plays
Yeah.
these guys need, and you really help us understand what's going on in the game from a coaching perspective. It's a thankless job, I think, sometimes, and we got to say thank you more often to what you're doing out there, because
Yeah.
it is a commitment, and you are offering a lot of good information and insight to us.
Well, I apprate that, Kurt.
Yep.
And I know
Absolutely.
you've been a real strong supporter of the position and real vocal, within the organization about the importance of that position, and have really made me feel good about a thankless job. So, I do appreciate that. But you know what? It's a lot of fun, and with my travel schedule at work, I'd like to be out there on the field, maybe helping out. But I'm not able to do that, so I wanted to find a way that I could get involved and still contribute and
Great.
be a part of the team.
Good times.
Good times.
Contributions are phenomenal.
Yeah,
Fantastic
It's
stuff
been
going on
great.
out
So
there.
I really, Tony's done just a great job. He's very organized on game day. Hands me a sheet that has, the blue team, the white team, and the sequence of what's going to happen. So, on the other side, they don't get that, and it's
Yeah.
really, you can really appreciate the organization that we bring. From the business standpoint of the game into game day, because the other teams are not
Yeah,
like
chaotic,
that.
huh?
It's like a Chinese fire drill for the other teams. When as you get into the game, they're going, "Where's number 4?" Hey, the coaches are yelling and screaming,
Right.
"Get me Roberts! Where's he?"
Yeah.
We're very organized, and it makes a good tempo for the game, and I think it's good for the kids too.
Says a lot about
That's
the program.
great, Bill. Hey, Bill, I hope this clarifies some of the confusion out there in the field. I hope the parents that are watching
point.
appreciate your
Great.
dedication and commitment to the quality of Yorba Linda football. We appreciate you coming today to our
No,
show.
absolutely.
Thanks, Bill.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thank
you know
you.
what? Thanks for the telestrator.
Oh, you
appreciate
bet,
that.
you bet.
And,
Think of me, you guys, while you're
Hey,
mapping
you
out the
betcha.
plays.
I'm going to use it all the time.
Yeah.
We'll have highlights of the games our next show.
Right.
Great.
For Big Hits, Kurt Swessenheiser,
And ice.
Ice,
Ice.
Man,
Great Morecraft.
Morecraft.
That's right.
We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in.
See ya.